on our way to Cleveland to do this Made It In. Am I recording? Hold on.
I don't know. I see a orange light.
You do? Alright, shout out to my boy Feeling Drums for letting me borrow his camera. I know nothing about operating this piece of equipment, so forgive me, y'all. I'm learning. Gotta start somewhere. Hold on.
That's as bad as Feeling letting you borrow his drums.
Right. Alright, man, where we at?
We at Reed and Ram Studios. About to get it in. We're gonna head up in here. Reed and Ram Academy Studios.
Now, what all artists were working in this studio?
We had pretty much every artist that's blown up out of Cleveland, from Minute Large to Bones Guns and Harmony, MGK.
This same studio.
Ray Jr. Yep. Well, not this studio, but the same producers.
So everybody who works with this guy is basically like, it's almost like their stamp of approval of being official.
Make sure whatever leaves here sounds good. This track, I think ultimately when people first hear this track, they're gonna think we just talking about twerking. I'm just saying. Twerking.
That's what we do as Christians, man. We twerk.
It's called Get Low.
For Jesus.
Yeah. Get low to the flow and I bow down and pray. I 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 pray. Get low to the flow and I bow down and pray. Get low to the flow and I bow down. I pray. 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 Get low to the flow and I bow down and pray. Get low to the flow and I bow down.
Big Cleve already did his part, right?
Yep.
You here?
Yep. To make it seem like we just did this, we created this thing like here.
Oh.
Like so, like every track I wanted to be like we just put it together like
we just put it together.
Just came
like
to the
6
studio.
months ago. Yep.
Just got in the studio.
My bad.
Made It In album. Your boy Rell Riley. You know, Dalomonze.
We already saying
they could have put
low,
that.
Man.
They could have put that a little bit higher, couldn't they? You just had to get low with that.
Right. But man, I am really excited about this album. Let me tell you something about this dude right here, Dalomonze, man. This dude, let me get close to the camera so I don't y'all looking all obvious. But this dude, Dalomonze, man, this dude is a real, I don't want to say perfectionist, man, but this dude is on point, man. Like, just hit me up like, hey, man, look, we got a professional studio that we can go to in Cleveland. I know that we recorded our stuff at home, but hey, let's do it professional. Let's do it right, because this dude cares about what goes into your ears.
You know why I do it, right?
Why?
So they can buy it.
Yeah, y'all gonna buy it. $13.99 at Target. No.
$13.99 at Target. Made It In album. About to come in. You know what I mean? We just couldn't think of a better name than Made It In. You know?
We made it in. I mean,
because if we made it in, we still in there. You know what I mean?
I ain't paid for the studio time. Made it in.
To make it in, and there's no need for me to write my will right now.
Waking up in the daytime, making sure I gave God the first of it. Worshiping. When I finish, then I gotta put some word in me. That's mandatory, like emergencies. Cause hell is real and it's hotter than a 3rd degree. So I murder me. Like every day, turn away to play like anorexic. Mary Kate, shouldn't have met it today. Came here to lay on my face. Front of you when I be jumping, so I would advise you get out of my way. I do not play like I'm a referee. Bible's my weapon. I messed up. Bible's my weapon. I can't get out. All right, take me back to where I was. That's right, I'm just a man and you know it. Right, that I got all notice. That I got Rasmuses. That's how I do it. Oh, you here? Shout out to Fred Council, he dropped through today.
What up, what up, what up?
What up with you?
Cooler, man.
That's
It's a part of the process, bro. That's it.
Feel it.
I'm Fred Council. I'm most known for Partner Movement. It's partnermovement.net. Check that out. I'm a producer from Cleveland, Ohio, indie guy, Christian hip hop, you know, all genres. Artist sometimes. when I feel like it. That's about it, man.
Yeah, man. So how you and Dalomonze hook up, man? How y'all meet?
You know what? It's through a mutual friend, which is an artist I've been working with for a number of years, named Amore, man. And she had been talking about Dalomonze for a long time. She just had a session, and there's like a couple come to the session. I was like, oh, this the guy. This whole time. Okay, cool. So that's how we connected.
Man, name some of the artists who hopped on some of the beats that you made, man. You make some fire beats.
Man, my entire team at one point or another. So you got Big Cleve, Rosello, True Story. Those are all Cleveland natives. More. Rell Riley is on the record. You know, Dalomonze is on the record. I got some production out there with Yavez. Got some production out there with a lot of guys.
You got any words of encouragement for anybody out there that's trying to produce and get their feet wet? You know, trying to work with other people, trying to get in the door.
Man, never stop working. Never ever stop working, because you can claim to be a producer all day, but if you don't have product, you can't prove it. And on top of that, the work ethic really determines how far you go. Like even in the Christian faith, we have a tendency to put everything on Jesus and not want to work hard. So when you do that, all you do is stifle yourself. So you got to work hard so God can do the impossible, but you have to do the possible. So keep working, work hard. I mean, I'm telling you, study your craft. Do not be rinky-dink. Focus on the people that are doing it the best and do it better than them. I mean, it's just seed time and harvest. Just don't apply just the money, man. You got to put the work in, and then you'll see the results. So that's all I can say, man. Just work hard. Just work hard. That's it.
I ain't worried about it. Even though I ain't the best, I ain't heard about it. I been brand new, you just heard about it. I made it in across my chest, I got a shirt about it. I ain't gonna do it unless I do it for the vine. Covenant with the bread, wash it down with the wine. I'm only in the club cause I'm still in my prime. Tryna change your mind and it's Holy Ghost time. Confrontations for dummies, I keep it simple. Locked down and they ask me what I'm in for. Tell the truth, we don't even know what we in for. I just know he draws my heart like a pencil. Okay.
That's where I come in.
Let me dub that.
I gotta be quiet because I'm in the studio.
Dalo.
A lot of people know me as DL, more because they don't know how to say Dalomonze, but it's fine. You can even call me by my government, Damien Lamonze. You know, that's fine. It's all good. Singer, songwriter. I've been writing since I was about 12 years old. Singing since I was about 8.
Tell us a little bit about this Made It In album. What's different about this from the mixtape?
It surprised me how good the mixtape was, especially because so many people were like, it don't matter. Like they were like, the mixtape's so good. Like it's like we don't care that it's a mixtape. Usually people kind of have a stigma against mixtapes, like oh, you dropped another mixtape. But it was like you can tell so much effort was put into it. What me and Rell did, we were like, okay, let's see what we can grab from here, grab from here, grab from there, grab from there. This one we're just like, listen, let's pull all this together. Let God tell us what we're gonna keep in there. You know, keep the good stuff, take away. You know how I said, a house has a lot of things in it, you know, some good, some bad, you know, so we want to keep the treasures and make sure that we just got that grand Made It In album so that people realize really what Made It In means.
So, man, you got any encouraging words for anybody out there that's trying to rap, sing, and get their music out there?
Encouraging words, do your best. Honestly, that's really what it's all about. Even as an engineer, I've had people come in that weren't that good. They weren't, I mean, honestly, to be honest, comparing to a Jay-Z, Kanye, Lecrae, Truth, all of those people, comparing to those professional people, they weren't as good. But at the same time, they listened, they paid attention to their craft. They studied these other people, and they made sure that they were always just trying to learn more from wherever they can. And realize that they were, trying to be confident in who they were. And the more and more that you do that, the more that you become a better artist. The more that you become a Jay-Z, the more that you become a Lecrae. All of those, So, just keep it up, keep moving, pay attention. Really just, realize that this thing is much bigger than you, and that if God wants to use you, He'll pick you up where you're at and just take you farther than you can ever go.
I'm still in my prime, trying to change your
Brother right here know what he's doing. Got it sounding right.
Don't catch me with my lip hanging, you know, when it's on. That ain't a good look for the camera.
You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Hold up. Okay. Let me do it one time.
I be looking like a little kid watching cartoons in the morning sometimes. My wife be catching me on the camera. You know how it is too.
I know.
Right in front of the
just
screen.
zoned out like. Okay, that sounds good, man. You hear that?
Right. Calling your wife, hey babe, what you think about this?
Hey.
Oh, even worse when you got the headphones on.
Like, hey, babe,
Right.
come put this on. Oh my bad, come put this on.
Producer's life.
Knocking the kids up.
Yeah.
Watch out,
man. You in the way? I gotta move this chair.
They'll say on Instagram, I mean not on Instagram, but on YouTube, they'll do an interview and they say, I don't want people to look at me as a gospel artist. But you are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be considered a gospel artist, then just go straight secular. You either gonna do one or the other. What has light with darkness?
I'm a Christian. I'm a gospel artist.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right.
But don't group me in with the Kirk Franklin, you know, because
Right, true, right,
I'm not,
right.
like, my music is nothing similar to the Kirk Franklin. Even Kirk Franklin trying to be hip-hop, like, don't group me in with that same category because this is not how this music sounds.
Right.
Plain and simple. Don't say Jay-Z and Common do the same music. Because
They
they don't.
don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they don't. It's hard because it's almost like we have to like separate gospel music or Christian music, but at the same time, it's only hard because we're trying to overthink it. We're trying to overdo it. At the end of the day, are you doing it for God or not?
Right. Yeah.
So like that's the only separation there should be.
It just it's scary. It's just scary to me because it's like we're on the brink of like God and Jesus not being in the picture at all.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And a lot of times artists, they get to that place in the industry and it's almost like they forget where they come from and that pride overtake them and then pretty soon they're gone. Get to the point where they doing so much music, like Terrell said, they'll not pay attention because they trying to make sure their fans love everything they do.
Yeah.
They'll get to the point where they probably done pulled away from God for almost a year now and didn't even realize it until they analyze their life and be like, dang, I went from being in church every Sunday to being in church maybe every other Sunday to being in church once a month to not being at church at all. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's where the expression comes from when it comes to the industry. It'll either make you or break you.
And it makes me think about Revelations where like the Bible says like he who worships the image of the beast, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not going to be accepted. I think that the issue is we see people who's putting out subliminal music and seeing how successful it is, and then people who's not called to put out subliminal music starts doing subliminal music. Jesus said like, if you're ashamed of me in front of people, I'm going to be ashamed of you in front of my Father. So like honestly, and this is something that you can't practice, you can't figure it out, but you literally have to be spirit-led. That's why it's so important for you to have a relationship with Jesus.
Because people got to remember, at the end of the day, when you're making music, it's ministry. The whole thing is ministry. The word ministry means to serve. So you're serving your people. You're making sure that your music touch them because they might bring them out of bondage. It might bring them out of, homosexuality. It might bring them out of certain things. So that's, like you said, it's important to have that relationship. Like the Bible says, lean not into your own understanding and all your ways acknowledge him and he'll direct your path. If you're not leaning on him, if you're not acknowledging him, acknowledging God, then how is things going to work? Because at the end of the day, when you make a song, a lot of times people go off of flesh. They don't say, all right, Lord, what should I write about today? They be like, oh, this is dope, and if I say this punchline, or if I sing this note a certain way, or if I do this or do that, then the people gonna love it.
I did that
you know what I'm saying? Instead of listening to what God say, because God is the way for you to get where you need to go.
I just freestyled Invincible. Walking out the booth right now. You gotta excuse my son crying. Off the dome. What you think about this verse, man?
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
You gotta switch that swag up on him sometimes, you know?
Can't touch him. Got him standing on their tippy toes. Can't stop him. Like no brakes when you hit the road. Can't stop us. We are part of his body, no flesh and bones. He covers us, the dead animals on Eskimos when it's timber low. Spit the flow, yeah, I'm in the zone. Day low. go. I'm in the zone. There's power in his name. What? There's power in his name if you didn't know. Right. Why you drowning in the rain? What? Don't bottle up the pain, just let it go. Coming off the top, clean me up like a bucket in the mop. Throwing the riches, I don't do it for the drop, but I know that I'ma get it when I get up to the top. Hold up, hold up, hold up. So rich that I'm walking on streets to go. Cause he got it like that, like that. While you putting on raps at your next bro. So invincible, so invincible. Put us all on the same page, turn down the highs and he'll lift the lows. Right. Call him God, he the only one. T-Mac, yeah, bro, he gonna heal the sick, and if you catch a cold, he got the TheraFlow.
Riley! Yes, sir.
My name is Rell Riley, of course. I do rap, Christian rap. That's what I do. I preach at my church every Sunday. I'm a husband, I'm a father. I'm an African-American male. I'm Rell Riley.
What is it that you've done in a game that gives you this name that you have?
I believe in doing stuff right, and just because I record my music at home in my own personal studio, it doesn't give me an excuse to put out a trashy mix, you know. And the advantage of that is that since I have a studio at my home, I can record constantly, you know, and thanks to the grace of God and the gift that he gave me, I can come up with really good stuff. So I feel like that's kind of like what got me known of who I am.
What would you have to say to all the aspiring boys and girls out there trying to become a producer and a rapper and all the things that you do?
The first thing I would say is always seek the Lord. And I say that because a lot of times we can have our dreams and things that we want to do, and sometimes God might be trying to take us in a different direction. I've seen interviews of other rappers, like other Christian rappers, you know, who do it for the Lord, and a lot of them wasn't even trying to rap. It was something that the Lord called them in to do. If your dream is God's will for your life, make sure you grind, put the work in.
Where do you think this whole Made It In album and mixtape and this whole project, where do you think this is going?
First, me and Dalomonze put out the Made It In mixtape. We didn't promote it. We literally did the whole Beyonce thing. We just put it out, and people were just downloading, loving it. I think that now, since he has us in a professional studio, and we're putting the quality in it, the work in, and we're going to be promoting it, I think that God is just going to take it 10 times higher than what it was when we put out the mixtape, man. So where will it go? Only God knows, but I know that it's going to go a whole lot further than what the mixtape went. And I think a lot of people are anticipating it, so I think it's going to be very successful.
We don't even know what we in, no. I just know he draws my heart like a pencil. Hold up, okay.
Let me do it one time, I just thought about it. I'm only here because of God, I'ma talk about it. Woke up, I'm still alive, all that's in it through my living, man, I been should've died. What you know about it? What you know? You don't know how good it been, I'ma show you. Man, you're too civilized, let it go. I'm a rocket to the top of the road. Man, I got a fire in me, They like that guy silly. I know they tired of me, but I don't care though. No, I don't care though. DJ, turn it up, blast out the earlobes. What you know? Nothing. Out of everything I've been through, nothing. That's why they're looking at me sick. What your name is? Nothing. They knew that one day. Nothing. The chorus. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Under the jack?